Welcome to the Patterson Library Connection. Today is the first podcast of our monthly series. We'll be bringing you good news, library happenings, talking to fun and interesting guests, and connecting with our Patterson community. I'm Lily Musenti, the Public Relations and Events Coordinator here at the library, and I am so excited to get this podcast series off the ground. On today's episode, I'm excited to talk to Lori Rolison about our new Travelers Book Club starting in May. Thanks for joining us. Let's get started. Spring has a lot of new beginnings, and this is an exciting new beginning for the library. This podcast series is a new and exciting venture for the library, especially for me and for my producer here, Adam Bernier, because without his help, I would not have been able to do this. So thank you, Adam.
Happy to help. Now, I'm very excited as well, and this is a lot of fun. We've been playing with a lot of lights and buttons on the computer over here, and I'm really grateful and excited to have gotten the chance to work with you and the library in the past year or so that I've lived here, and it makes Patterson a really cool place to be.
Yes, it does. And this podcast will allow us to connect with our community and our residents and people outside the area as well, to learn more about what libraries do, how we make it a special place to be, and how we really are more than just books. So thank you again. I do want to give a special shout out to Paul Camarda, a local developer, for his generous donation. He offered to donate funds for this podcast equipment, and our board of trustees generously matched all the funds so that we were able to get the necessary equipment to do this podcast. And if you could see it, and it's colorful, it's bright, it's contemporary and modern, it's everything that I never thought I would be part of. So I am really excited and quite impressed with the fact that we've gotten this off the ground, and I'm thrilled to be part of it as well. So
yeah, thank you, Paul, so much. Really appreciate it, and the board of trustees as well.
This is just something so exciting to be part of. I listen to podcasts all the time. I listen to audiobooks. I probably use the podcast as much as I do read books. So it's such a big part of my life. Working in a library, I know all about the resources and how wonderful they are for everybody. But it is really changing, and podcasts are a big part of it. So it is really cool to have a library podcast. So we're excited for Patterson, right?
Yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense. And especially, I should read more books. I think I wish I had more time to read books. But to give the access to people for, when you're on your way, you're traveling, you're in the car, you're cooking dinner, it's just, there's many more ways to reach people. And that's what I thought was really amazing about the Patterson Library when I moved here, is that this library really does set the tone and the new pace for new ways of offering not just books, but there's everything from video game classes. I think that I heard Kay was saying there's a Dungeons and Dragons club later on this, tonight. It's so much more a library, and this is just another piece in that, I think. And I hope that we're going to get a chance to highlight a lot of what's going on in the library to more and more people, especially the people who are newly to Patterson, newly to our area, of which there's a good amount. Yes. Most of my neighbors.
Yeah, you talk about your neighbors a lot and how they are new to the area and look to learn more about Patterson. And this podcast is a perfect platform for that as well. We'll be doing so many fun things, from interviewing some great guests, talking to business people in the area. We really hope to connect with people in Patterson and to find out more about what's going on and everything that we have to offer. So one of the things today we have is Lori Rolison, who's coming up to talk about our new Travelers Book Club. I'm so excited. She's a friend. She's wonderful. She's supporting libraries, and she just is a travel planner who has a real zest for life and just a great sense of adventure. And she has taken it to a whole nother level with this Travelers Book Club. And she's wonderful. I can't wait for everybody to hear from her. She's terrific. So that'll be coming up. And when we were planning this podcast, one of the things that I really wanted to do was have a way to share some good news. Every day something great happens here, and I really want to share that. We hear enough stuff on the news that's negative, and this is a place for positivity. We really want to bring good news and let you know what's going on here at the library. So now it's time for some good news. so excited about this segment of the podcast. Sharing some good news with everybody is what I'm all about. So let's take it from here. I've got so much, I'm going to have to just pick a couple of things to talk about. I guess the first thing that really is exciting to me is the podcast itself. It is my good news. It is so exciting to start this and kick it off. It's been months in the works, so that's the first thing. And I guess the next big news, we did get a grant from the Putnam Arts Council, who are wonderful people that have supported the library for years and often fund our summer concerts, special events, kids' theater groups, and a lot of other things. So we did get a grant again this year for our summer concert series and our youth services theater program. So we are grateful to the Putnam Arts Council. So thank you very much for that. As you know, it's springtime, and with spring comes the month of April, and it brings more than April showers to Patterson Library. It brings so many programs. We have so much going on. We have Earth Day, we have National Library Week, we have Poetry Month, and Spring Break Camp. There's just so much going on. You're going to have to check the calendar to make sure you don't miss a thing. And there you have it. That's this month's good news. I am excited to introduce our first guest, Lori Rolison. She's a wonderful friend, and she is helping us to kick off our podcast series. And this is our first one. So yay, Lori. Thanks for being our first guest.
Well, thank you for having me, Lily, and actually getting me out of my comfort zone, because this is my very first podcast as well.
Well, it's going to be an exciting, fun time. We are so thrilled to start this podcast series with you. You are bringing the Travelers Book Club to the Patterson Library, and we're thrilled to have that happen here. It's something new and different, and why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, the Travel Book Club, and anything else you want to share?
I'm Lori Rolison. I am a franchise owner with Cruise Planners, where we are not just cruises, we are all types of travel, and I help people with their travel plans. So I am a travel planner. And I founded the Travelers Book Club last year, and we implemented it in October with the launch of Under the Tuscan Sun, and it's been a lot of fun since then.
As a member of that book club, I can attest to the fun we have. It is so much more than just a book club. You have made it something really special, a wonderful experience for everybody involved, with special gifts and themed dinners and all kinds of fun activities that go along with the book club. And we are thrilled to bring that to the people here, because it isn't just about the book. It's a way to experience so much more. So, Lori, how do you envision this book club enhancing the library experience for our patrons in the community, especially those interested in travel?
Well, I think there's multiple ways of enjoying travel through the library, because you can be an armchair traveler, or you can actually be a globe-trotting enthusiast to enjoy the Travelers Book Club. And it's really your passport to the world of stories waiting to be shared, learning about different cultures. And the world really can be yours right in the comfort of your own home, or exploring our beautiful planet. So, as I said earlier, the possibilities are endless. And then to complement all the fabulous resources that the Patterson Library has to offer, I think we're going to be really busy together.
I think so too. You make a great point. We have so many resources. And as I was thinking about this question, it brought to mind all of the things that we do have on our shelves. Our great courses, for instance, that talk about European cities and the cathedrals and the architecture of these different places, and the books on history, even our cookbooks. So there are so many things that I think people can use to enhance the experience of the region that we're reading about, and to learn more about it. Its people, its culture, the history, the heritage of traditions, everything. So there really are a multitude of ways that people can enhance their learning and the experience through this book club. And that's one of the things I love best about it. It's just not just reading a book and a discussion, but it's so much more of an experience for everybody involved. I know this is an important question to me, and I'm curious about your answer, because for me, having the library be the center of the community is so important. And that's pretty much what I strive to do every day. We want to stay connected to the people here in the community. We want them to know about us, and we want to know about them so that we can serve them in the best way possible. How does the Travel Book Club help us do that?
Well, I think first and most importantly that books come to life when we're reading them, but they even really come to life even more so with a group of people that will have collective conversations. They put their perspectives on the book and share experiences that they may have gotten from the book. And book clubs are a great way to gather. And that's what community is, really, right? When everyone gathers, shares with each other, and it just helps strengthen that library community. And I think it's a great complement to what you already offer.
So, Lori, how do you think the Travel Book Club contributes to lifelong learning and personal growth?
Absolutely. I think our book club members become like explorers. Like they get really excited to explore a destination. And then once someone starts talking about them, you can see the bond and like the shared love of travel and experiences, whether it's about the literature or the cultural cuisine. It forms such, I think, valuable friendships. It's amazing. It's personal growth and a bond. And these friendships, I think, that are being created through book clubs truly last a lifetime.
I can say, based on my experiences in your book club, that is so true. And it's so interesting to hear everybody speak as we go around. Like you said, and everybody gets their moment to share their stories or their experience and their thoughts on the book. Their perspective is so unique coming from their own experiences, which I think is true of most people in book clubs. But in our case, it goes far deeper than just the book. It's so much about personal experience. So it keeps things very interesting. At every meeting, we hear some amazing stories, and I always leave there thinking, I want to do that. So it is fun. Travel is such a big part of our lives, and we are lucky to have that. And I know that's led you to your current career and all these exciting things to come. And one of the best things, I think, to come is your trip that you have planned with the members of the book club to Tuscany. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
We were very excited when Under the Tuscan Sun, author Frances Mays, she was celebrating 20 years of the movie last October, and that launched our book read, our very first book, and it also got us to book a trip. We are going to be traveling in October where we meet Frances Mays in her hometown in Italy. We're very excited about that. I think there may even still be a little room if anyone is interested. We will travel through Tuscany in mid-October and get to experience what it's like to eat, drink, explore, be in the culture. I can't wait. I've never been to Italy. I'm very excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. But we also do those immersive experiences here locally because I do say we have our own Tuscany right here in the Hudson Valley. So we have done wonderful things. We've gone to Vassar College where we saw the gates that are the cast of the gates that are in Florence. We have gone to Magazzino for the Italian art. We have made tiramisu. So all of these wonderful things, and I know you do them at the library as well. So like I said, it's just endless. All the possibilities. It just keeps us going.
Our book club here at the library will meet quarterly to discuss the books, and we will pair that with a follow-up excursion or experience. Could be a cooking class, could be a lecture, it may be another film. And I take my inspiration from you, Lori, because you have done this so well. I think it's something so special and unique. And you can tell from the reactions of the people in the book club already how much they love it. And sometimes we forget about the book because we're having so much fun. So we kind of, we talk about the book, but we can't wait to get to the rest of it because everybody enjoys the discussion so much about travel, and it's social, and it is true. I have made some great friends already there, met some fascinating people. This book club is open to anybody who wants to join us. podcast. It is limited, and I think we have about 10 spots left. So our Travelers Book Club here at Patterson Library is filling up.
Oh, that's exciting.
It is. And we just put it out
Love
this
it.
week. So our first meeting is May 9th at 6:30 at the library. And our first book is Under the Tuscan Sun. You do have to register if you're interested in being a member of the club. So you go to our website at www.pattersonlibrary.org. You click on the calendar, go to May 9th, and you can register there to be a member of the club. You'll get a confirmation letter. Start reading. Our first book is Under the Tuscan Sun by Frances Mays. And we are going to try to do this the way Lori does it, because she does it like no one else. And we're going to make this thing really popular and something exciting for all of us.
Thank you, Lily. You were my inspiration in all of this, and I appreciate the opportunity to talk with you today. And I can't wait to come out to the library. And I'll be sure to go on right now and register.
So, Lori, thank you so much for being on our first podcast. You were the perfect guest, as I knew you would be. You're always so fun and interesting. And if anybody wants to learn more about Lori, how can they reach you?
Oh, well, thank you too, Lily. I'm really looking forward to all of this and sharing it with you and all the people that attend your library. And I can be found, my website is Travel Plans by Lori. And so that's Travel Plans with an S and Lori, LORI.com.
All right, Lori, thank you so much. Take
Have
care.
a great day, Lily. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye. Thank you, everybody, for listening in and being part of our first podcast. Special thanks to our brave first guest, Lori Rolison from Travel Plans by Lori. Make sure to follow and subscribe to this podcast on our website at pattersonlibrary.org, all the podcast platforms, and on our YouTube channel. We'll see you next time on the Patterson Library Connection. This podcast was recorded at the Patterson Library in Patterson, New York. Big thanks to our special guest, Lori Rolison, our sound engineer, producer, and composer, Adam Bernier, Stephanie Harrison, our library director, our board of trustees, and to you, our listeners. Thank you for tuning in. I'm your host, Lily Musenti.